Hello and welcome to Damn It Vacant, a wrestling podcast. Ellis here with Joe and John. How are we both?
Fine, it's good, isn't it?
You know, man, it's 3 weeks into the year. I'm knackered for no reason.
It is January, which is the longest month. Technically, it isn't, but
Not by time, it's not.
But it feels like it because all the excitement of Christmas is out of the way. You've still got time to go before Valentine's Day, so you can disappoint your significant other in new and interesting ways.
True. It is very dark and cold up here.
Yeah, it's grim. It's just awful outside.
It started getting dark at 5 o'clock today, and I'm like, oh, that's actually...
Nice.
I thought we were past the longest day now.
Yeah,
Scotland.
but Scotland.
That's, yeah, to be fair, anything above Hayden is always a law unto itself.
Not long till we visit.
Okay.
4 months. 4 and a bit months.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Need to figure out what we're doing for that. Probably take some time off.
I mean, you don't need to take the entire week off, but yeah, we'll sort some out.
Trip to did you say the Vault City tap room? You said you went there and they did pizzas and beer.
That was Stuart's Brewing. I've not been to Vault City tap room yet.
I do want to go to the Vault City one.
Cool. Well, we can do both. Be right.
Can we go to Pole Vault City? Watch that French lad get his Tadger smashed into the bar again.
That was a classic moment of last year.
That's great.
That and the Turkish dude shooting.
Yeah.
That's it. Instant meme ability.
Just turn up with a gun. No equipment. No other equipment.
It would have been even cooler if you just had a tab on the go. Like, just hang on. Right, off we pop.
Then the breakdancer.
Oh yeah, but
I feel a bit bad
for
for
different
her, actually.
reasons.
I don't feel bad for her.
No, I do. She's kind of mean to hell.
Because it was shit. I don't know much about breakdancing being a white 43-year-old male.
I'm not saying it wasn't shit. I am saying people were blaming her for getting the whole sport cancelled to the Olympics. And it was already cancelled before this.
But looking like you're being attacked by invisible wasps, like...
She tried something new and it didn't work out.
She's tried some... I don't know.
Use a word.
Jam Master Jay didn't die for this.
What a waste.
What? He is dead.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, well, he was assassinated, wasn't he? But yeah, I don't know where this is going anymore.
I don't know either. I think
the wrong day. I'm all out of goose. I had to watch.
I
had to watch a Kilroy Silk quiz show yesterday for Hallmark. But he keeps going shaft with his hand. I know
I've seen clips of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and my mate remember it very, very vividly. So much so that we still do it. Like shaft. Yeah, but. I thought it went on longer, but no, there was 4 episodes of it, and the rest of them have never been seen. They're locked away in Kilroy's vault with the rest of his Nazi gold, allegedly. Just put that in there because he is quite litigious. Yeah.
Allegedly.
So that's what I've been doing, and playing Subnautica.
Cool. My wife discovered Balatro on my Steam Deck, so now I don't have a Steam Deck anymore.
She can play it on her phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy it on like Switch or a phone just to get my Steam Deck back.
Something ridiculous, like is it 5 million copies sold or something? It was like some ridiculous amount.
I'm keeping the video game industry going just because I have to buy 2 copies of every game at Ashiel. Yeah, it's like, I've got a perfect run going, and then exactly the wrong boss turns up. But fuck your whole strategy.
Yeah, or you don't read a card properly. And yeah.
Hate it, but can't stop playing
Balatro chat.
Well, I can because Ashley's playing it.
Is it last week of The Apprentice? No, The Apprentice. Traitors this week.
This week,
yeah. This week, yeah.
That's a big question. Is Charlotte going to outdo Mina? Mina's made a mistake.
Feel really bad for Mina because she's like, I picked really well with Charlotte. She's doing so well. When we got to the end together, and Charlotte's just like,
I'm going to go to the end of you and she just give side eye like that to the camera. Like, hey, and the fact she's already been going, well, Mina, innit? Like, Mina, as that guy spelt her name that time. Like,
it's one thing putting when you feel a traitor is on the way out. It's one thing agreeing with the pack. It's another thing putting a name out there.
Yeah. Again, if she wins, it's the greatest coup since like fucking Argentina. Yeah. I
really hope they figure out she's not Welsh before the end. I'd love that.
Again, it's such a non-entity though, isn't it?
It is.
Like the priest played her hand too soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
She should have kept hold of that till right at the last second. But and that army lass, and they were carrying all them big stone cocks up that hill.
Leanne, I think, yeah.
Oh, I've just got very good fitness, and I'm like, it's a nothing lie.
Yeah. She was getting really upset when she was questioned once at the round table.
Oh, she's a dick, mate. I hate her.
She is, yeah.
I was
Give
there
kinda
like,
like-
well, you seem really suspicious.
I like Alexander.
Yeah.
Just like,
He's great.
shit.
Because when that Joe started having a go at him, he went, "Well, calm down," because that was quite rude. And I was like, "Get him! Get him! I hate him."
Kill him with kindness.
He's
Oh,
not
who's the-
invited to
That's
the
what he
Joe's meetup. Yeah, no.
The guy with pink hair who
Joe's
got
useless.
banished.
Fake Aaron. Yeah.
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 I hate because Joe proper jumped on him. He was like, and it's clear what he meant. It's clear he meant that Linda didn't vote for any traitors that we know of.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, but that's enough. The thing again, we're what, like
This is
20
now a
minutes in?
traitors podcast.
20 minutes in and we've done no wrestling. But them three, him, Frank Spencer's wife, and the other one keep going. Why are we still here? There's no reason for us to be here. And not one person has started going, well, you three pricks could be the traitors, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Turn it round on them.
Also, like, you're not the main character. Just like, well, you could just be.
The reason you're still here is because you are nothing people.
Yeah.
You are beige people. You are the porridge of humanity. There's nought here. Like,
No, I'd say the reason Joe's still there is because he latches onto any tiny bit of information and accuses Fateful at random, and they get kicked out.
and then he goes, "Oh, well." And I'm
Could
like,
have been.
I hate him so much. Everyone else had when they did that round the table meal thing, and everyone's like, well, I want to, send my son to school. I want to honour my brother. And he just goes, oh, I want to buy a pub. I'm like, what, the boring fucker arms? We serve water and nothing else. Not even plain crisps because they're too spicy. I hate him so much.
Yeah. I would not want to be taught by him. When he speaks, he annoys me.
I want to know what the pass rate in his class is like.
Do you know what I do? Do you know before she meets you all, and they actually decide who the traitors are?
Claudia.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's always a bit when they socialise before that, aren't they? Not in the train, but in the thing.
Yeah.
If I went in, I'd literally sit them all down, like, together, and just be basically like, what kind of person are you like? Like, generally, because the amount of times people get attacked because they're like, well, you're suspicious because you're quiet, but they're like, that's my personality, or you're suspicious because you're always talking. Whereas if I went in and actually said, okay, what are you like as a person? And then that's out there, and then if that changed, then you've legit got something to go, well, you said you're really outspoken, but since that...
Which is why Armani's sister knew something was up, because she changed.
Precisely. That's what I do. First thing I do.
I don't think you're allowed.
And then I get voted out because I'm being too logical.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Reading a book.
Reading a book. That's enough. Send it to the block.
Get him.
Yeah.
He's literate. No, so
Glint
much
in
of it
his
is
eye.
like, this event occurred, and you did not react to the event the same way I would react to the event, so you're probably a traitor.
Fucking they voted someone out with one arm because she didn't do a toast.
Yeah. Or the year previous.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, or the conversation on the way to the car that never fucking happened, but they dragged it on for ages. Like, it's all self-preservation. I get it, but also if they're at the end, they're gonna shaft you. Like, it's.
Yeah.
So
I do
you
kind of
need
wish
to
there
be
was a
better.
version you could watch that didn't tell you who the traitors were. That might be fun. That'd be
There's a
interesting.
version like that on Netflix.
Yeah, but that wasn't as good.
Yeah, I never watched it. Barney watched it.
No, we did like 2 episodes, and I'm like, I'm not enjoying.
Oh, I
this.
didn't know about that.
Yeah,
It's not called the Traitors. It's called like,
dramatized.
summer.
But I
yeah.
like the rule that they're not going to reveal themselves now at the end because that really spoils the game.
Yeah.
You get when you watch some of the ones not from the UK, it becomes visible as to why they've changed that rule, and it's good.
Yeah.
So in theory, they could just keep voting people out until the end, until it comes down to 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I thought Charlotte was a bit daft. I think she said there was 2. I reckon there's 2.
Right,
No, you want to say
some of the
there's 1.
reviews, lads.
Yeah, you say there's 1 because then once they get Mina out, they'll be like, "Oh, we're done."
Well,
End
it's
the
just
game.
the thing, but that Joe still adamant there's 3 traitors there and stuff. Like, and I'd be like, how do you know there's
No,
3?
it's Pillock.
Yeah, he's a whammer of the highest caliber.
You ever
But-
watch like Uncloaked? So I was like, who do you think is traitor about it? And they go like, they name like 4 names. I'm like, there's not 4 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred.
Everyone's still adamant that
Always
Frankie's
like
one.
Freddie.
Like, Freddie,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
Fred, yeah. Frankie's a rubbish one, isn't she? The best reveal ever was
Frank
in the
Spencer's
first series when there was that couple who announced themselves. The guy was he like a sidekick or something? Or,
It was a magician or a sidekick or some
yeah, and
charlatan.
he absolutely went for this guy, and he did like.
Oh, he did the. If
He was
it's
a
not
magician,
right.
that was it? He was a magician, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's
He-
not right, I'll.
What he said, but his speech was incredible, and he
Yeah.
bowed.
And he fucked it royally. It's good. I have a feeling. Well, there was a bit again. No, right, wrestling. Come on, let's go. Let's do some wrestling stuff.
No one listens to Mr. Wrestling.
No, I don't. I was going to listen to 20 minutes of us whittering on about fucking. That's to cut the Ian Skinner facts for time now.
No, bring them back.
No, it's fine. I haven't got any this week. It's been about his
okay.
favourite colour being glow in the dark, but that's all I have.
Skinner and the Traitors. Wonderful.
I mean, I would watch the fuck out of Wrestling Traitors.
Yes, make that show happen.
Make it happen. Brit Rest. Oh, yeah.
They nominate two people for banishment and they have a match.
I'll put it on the. I'll put
that's
it on the
it.
tweet.
You have to
Nominate
put
who
two
you
people
would
up for
want.
banishment, and then they just got to do a shoot fight. Yeah.
Anyway, news. Sorry.
News.
I don't think there's any Vince news this week. Frankly, I haven't looked too hard because it's too depressing.
America's more preoccupied with another arsehole. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Let's keep going.
Wrestling.
WWE TNA partnership has been officially announced. I mean, they've sort of been doing it for a while, but they've made it an official thing. They've announced a multi-year partnership that will see wrestlers from both promotions regularly appear on NXT and TNA programming, and I imagine the Royal Rumble. The deal aims to create unprecedented crossover opportunities for both NXT superstars and TNA wrestlers, according to the press release shared last Thursday. The agreement will enable talent to garner additional exposure across key WWE and TNA programming, including weekly flagship shows. We look forward to growing and evolving our partnership with TNA Wrestling and its outstanding group of athletes by creating new opportunities to further the development of our talent and elevate the viewer experience at home. Shawn Michaels said that, Senior Vice President of Talent Development. So Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry appeared on NXT programming last year. We had an NXT Championship match with Hendry and Ethan Page at No Mercy, and an NXT Women's Championship match featuring Grace and Roxanne Perez at Battleground. We've also had a bunch go at TNA, including Wesley, Charlie Dempsey, and Riley Osborne, Date Chen, Ariana Grace. Also at the end, Jordan Grace shouted out Trinity Fatu, saying without her none of this would have happened.
Yep,
It's true.
the singularity. We're getting there.
Yep.
Not whether or not it's good or bad.
For WWE's point of view, it's very good. For TNA, I hope it's good. We'll see, I guess.
Sorry, I might miss something. Cora Jade showed up, didn't she, at TNA Genesis, so they've already got
I
big
didn't
name
know
going over. The NXT tag titles are being defended on TNA's show this week against.
Yeah.
So they're sending big, because I think in the past they sent over, like, we need someone who's going to get reps in that no one's heard of.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're sending is it Axiom
Champions
and
over.
Fraser?
Yes.
Is that the tag champs?
Yeah, I believe they are. I don't know.
Yes. Apparently they're very good. So
Axiom's great. Nathan Fraser.
Seth Rollins' his boy.
Centre Parks enthusiast Nathan Fraser.
Christopher Daniels has retired officially following his Collision match. Effectively retired from in-ring competition, according to Sean Rossap. He had a Texas death match against Page on Collision, which was meant to serve as his last match.
Yeah, it was very good.
He's been looking for some time for his last match, and that appears to be it. He's basically competed everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a lot of letters there.
Like WCW, I think. Yeah. Back in the day, they've not actually officially said it's his retirement match, but everything seems to be reporting that it is.
I think he said yeah.
Oh, did he?
I think if you're gonna go out in a blaze of blood, innit? Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love the wrestlers do that. Other people come at retirement and they're like, "Oh, I'm taking it a bit easy now." Wrestlers are like, "No, cut me."
I want two spooky eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot Spooky Eye Daniels. That was a great time.
That was a
Remember
wild time.
On being the elite.
Just used to appear behind people with his mad eye.
Yeah. Great times.
Free agent section. Tessa Blanchard returns to TNA Wrestling in December. In an interview following that return, she claimed that she was not under TNA contract and was just showing up to face Jordan Grace. However, those within TNA dispute that.
What way to lie about?
I know. Fightful has learned from a number of TNA sources that claim that Blanchard is signed to the company and she'd only be factored into plans there if she was. We've heard no specifics on the deal or why Blanchard said that she wasn't signed. And during the Genesis match she had, there were audible chants of she's a racist. Make of that what you will.
Interesting choice to bring her back.
And in no way related, Jordan Grace is effectively done with TNA. She lost her Genesis match to Tessa Blanchard, which most of the company expected to be her last day in the company. Fightful Select has confirmed that her deal was up January this year. Possibility for the Rumble, question mark?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think she can go straight to main roster as well. She's already technically done a stint in NXT.
Yeah.
And she's been in the Rumble and faced the big stars. Also, have you seen the video of her hugging people? I think she just walks past Tessa and continues hugging people.
But nice.
It's great.
Absolute queen, yeah.
And also, to get You're a Racist chants in Texas, I'll take some.
That's impressive, actually. I didn't realize it was in Texas. That's
Oh yeah.
Josh Alexander also quit TNA after his loss to Mike Santana in an I Quit match. Many in TNA expect him to be finishing up the company soon. His deal actually runs for a number of more weeks until mid-February. Santo Morello will address Josh Alexander this week on Impact, but I'm fairly sure he was like, yeah, I'm done after this match, wasn't he?
He gave some sort of interview like that, and
yeah,
was asked who's going to be at the next show, and he said, yeah, but I think it's just to say goodbye.
Say goodbye. Do my speech, leave my boots,
Yeah.
Megan Bain is back in AEW. She appeared on the January 15th episode of Dynamite in the Gauntlet match. Two sides have been connected quite some time, but he hasn't appeared in AEW for a year and a half. Sean Rossap told by AEW sources that Bain is signed to AEW for quite some time. That source said she'd been there for the duration of her absence, though sources near Bain had claimed that she was free agent at one point. She was on GCW the weekend, though. So.
Yeah, but people. Oh, yeah, but we had like issues with AEW and GCW recently.
There is, yeah. But I honestly can't remember how her match ended. I think she won due to monkey shines, but I know her opponent came out dressed as her with like a freakish mask on that they left on the ring post for ages afterwards and forgot to take off, which was disturbing at 4 a.m. when you've had a few.
Yeah. We got to think of an international audience. It's not right.
And this was the weirdest bit in like the pre-show for it. Following his match at the People vs GCW, PCO, who I think won the Rumble, pulled out his TNA Digital Media Championship and proceeded to sort of smash it with a sledgehammer. Like he took about 5 swings at it, and that thing did not break.
It's quite hard to break that kind of thing, I guess. I don't know.
Those within Fightful spoke. Those Fightful spoke to at GCW claimed that PCO went into business for himself. He grabbed the mic and started cutting a promo before ring announcer MLJ took the mic and GCW cut to video. We watched this. I had this and like the end of Mystery Wrestling on at the same time because dual screen Joseph. And I was going, what the fuck is happening? GCW claimed they didn't know it was going to play out like that and said that PCO made it sound like he was doing something as part of a storyline for the NXT tapings. Their claim is they quickly became aware that it wasn't. TNA sources that we spoke to claimed they were shocked and said he was supposed to finish up the next stage of tapings in San Antonio. His contract actually expires at the end of the year. That's going to be an awkward Monday morning in HR, isn't it? TNA as a company were absolutely livid over the situation, as they would be. The company claimed that PCO actually had a replica title and that they are in possession of the real title, which people close to PCO deny. He was set to lose it and finish up with the company this Thursday after his contract expired. They were of the belief that he was upset that his deal hadn't been renewed. The man's nearly 60.
Is he?
And,
wow.
Yeah, he's been around forever.
Yeah.
Like, before they cut him off, it sounded a bit like the rantings of a madman. Like, I built that company and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like,
there was some stuff on Twitter that was a bit.
Yeah,
he seemed a bit like.
I just don't think he's in a good place. But yeah.
Yeah.
It was just weird. It was just a weird bit because I was like, what is this a bit? And the fact that they then cut to video, I was like, oh no, it's not a bit.
It's definitely not a bit.
Yeah.
Mini stories. Joe Hendry defeated Nick Nemeth at Genesis to finally become TNA champion, which is awesome. Because
will he be at the Jericho Cruise?
I don't know much about that.
He will. February 2nd.
February 2nd. Isn't? Oh, okay. Rumble's
February 1st.
Yeah, interesting. He's going to win it. Joe Hendry versus.
Imagine.
Cody Rhodes.
Yep. Bleach blonde hair. Bleach blonde hair.
Oh, that would be the best.
That's the poster.
Yeah.
Just peroxide.
Kevin Owens just quietly seething that more people are getting bleach blonde hair and rotting their brains.
Corey Brennan has now learned that Corey Graves is listed for commentary on tonight's edition of NXT and is expected at the Performance Center for rehearsals for the show. So hopefully that's going to resolve itself.
That is fuming because on Raw last night, what's his face? Pat McAfee couldn't be there, so Wade Barrett had to come over from SmackDown to fill in, and I imagine it would have been
him if there was.
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and chucked his toys out the pram last week. Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff about. Well, people. No one's very sure it's a work or not, but I don't think it is. PW Insider reported that Tyler Bates is expected back sometime soon and will be on the Raw brand. Platform's Corey Brennan also his comeback is imminent and pointed to a Bate return in late January or early February. So probably another Rumble. I don't know. Fightful Selectors learned that as of last year, there was major discussion within AEW to have Double or Nothing event not in Las Vegas, where it's been held each year, apart from Jacksonville, because WrestleMania is taking place just a month prior.
Yeah.
They've also said that AEW is unlikely to release their entire year pay-per-view dates ahead like last year. WWE ran a competing show in Orlando when AEW announced World's End event with the World's End event months ahead.
Yeah.
Put false dates out.
Yeah. And when you buy the ticket, send you the real date. They should do Double or Nothing, because that's one of the things they did. They used to do it. All Out was always Chicago. This was always Double or Nothing in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of saturated that market a little bit with.
I think that's been a general comment of AEW shows, that they hit a lot of the same places and
over and over again.
It's kind of partially why they're
doing small rooms.
Yeah, not the only reason, but partially. Fightful Select's Corey Brennan has learned that Ilya Dragunov has been spotted at the Performance Center training for in-ring return. From mid-September last year, he suffered from a torn ACL and has been out of action since. So that's good news.
Yeah, 3 months later.
He's already training for... And apparently it's stated he's not just like doing recovery kind of training, he's actually like training.
Kicking plates of glass. Shit.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Whatever works for you.
Yep.
Brody King has filed trademark Hounds of Hell, which could be the House of Black faction replacement name.
He's also trademarked, I think, Cerberus as well, which is
Oh,
a three-headed dog, which would then work.
That would also work, yes.
Yeah.
Buddy Matthews has trademarked something as well. Can't remember what it was, but he's trademarked.
Just trademarking everything to throw stuff.
They're all trademarking. Julia's the only one so far. He's not.
Go on, Julia.
Jericho in the locker room. You need to get those trademarks in, lads. That's where the money's at. Cries in Cody Rhodes' American Nightmare, that guy who fucking sued him.
Oh, God. Yeah. Whatever happened to that lawsuit? I forgot.
I think it was quietly paid off until a couple of years when he spent it all on I don't know, Domino Pizza. I don't know. I listened to it. It was not for me. I imagine if you like that kind of music, fart rock. But yeah,
I didn't know that was a genre.
It is now.
We've coined it. Nick Khan appeared at a Las Vegas tourism event on Thursday, during a fireside chat he took part in. He referred to Paris, France, hosting a premium live event yet to be announced this year.
Ooh.
They deserve it after that bloody backlash shaking the camera.
Yeah. Rubbish news, Ali Catch broke her leg in 2 places at the GCW show and has undergone surgery, and there's a GoFundMe to help with her medical bills if you are so inclined.
Yes. No, I said I watched that live and it was so disappointed because it was the end. It was like the blow off of her and Effie's feud, and I genuinely think she was probably tipped to win the championship that night.
Oh no!
I don't know. It's just my personal feeling.
Yeah. It would make sense to you.
And then that happened within like the first 2 minutes.
Oh no!
And you could see that like something had gone wrong because they were scrambling and everyone was stood about for ages. And then Mance Warner came out and twatted Effie just for something to do, like just to
distract.
But then the show got held up for ages because they had to take her in the ambulance, and you can't continue the show without an ambulance on site. So they had to send for another ambulance. So like the next match, they all came out and did promos for what felt like about 8 hours.
It's like when that WrestleMania was raining at the start. And you could tell who could cut a promo and who couldn't.
Yeah, it was a bit like that, and it was. I swear, it's the classic one of Samoa Joe with the Pac-A-Mac on. Yeah.
Yes, I forgot about that.
But yeah, it kind of killed the run of it a bit because it held everything up for a good half an hour. It was really weird. It didn't kill it as bad as Matt Cardona's segment did, but yeah.
Reckon he shows up in the Rumble. I reckon he gets signed this year by someone.
Well, his reign of terror is at an end in GCW now because Broski Jimmy turned on him after he fought like Mr. Invincible, who's some YouTube or something guy, and like you could see people leaving, getting their coats and going. They were like, "I'm not watching this shit." He beat him, and then Micro Man came out, and we watched Matt Cardona kick the fuck out of a dwarf. Which in this day and age, I don't know. I like Micro Man, like because he's great, but this just felt like bullying. And then Broski Jimmy turned on him and won, and it was like that stank to high heaven. It was terrible. I think that's when I went to bed because I was like, nah.
It's a fever dream. I'll add to the injury news, because it was article only went out an hour ago. Rob Van Dam does a podcast, and he was talking about Chris Bay because he lives near Chris Bay, and he's been to see him. I think he's probably revealed more than he should have done, because it's been quite limited, the information that's been out there. And he did say, I'm not really sure how much I should say, but he effectively said he's out of hospital now. He was in there for 2 months. He broke his neck. He was paralyzed, and he's not paralyzed now, and he's slowly getting things back. But it's a long road he's ahead.
Yeah.
He said they're going to keep checking in. He said he talked to him about some wrestlers from back in the day that he worked with who broke their neck and had a similar paralysis issue. He did say, I think he will make a full return and come back to the ring just because he is improving. But yeah, he broke his neck and paralyzed.
Well done him.
Jeez.
Yeah, but shit, bad. Ooh.
UK and Ireland, AEW's UK numbers. So this past week, AEW Dynamite on ITV was what AEW called their third best live audience in over 2 years. 113,000 viewers for the live same-day viewership.
I don't
When
even
you
know
say-
what day it's on.
It's 2 days delayed, isn't it? So
I think it's on
Friday.
Friday, but it's on at weird. It's on at like 10 and sometimes 11.
Yeah.
It seems
Yeah.
to get shufted around in the thing a bit.
Forgot that. The week prior was claimed to be the second best in the last year, with their 7-day number being at least 139,000, as provided by ITV to AEW. In addition, 2 weeks prior was also top 5 in the past year, per internal discussions with AEW. Company was touting it as one of the hottest viewership streaks in the UK in some time.
I don't know what's doing that.
So that was
I
beeping.
don't know, we could have some computer.
Yeah. Something's connecting and disconnecting. Anyway.
So I've not thought about this until now. I bet in the UK, at least because it's on ITV and it's free,
Yep.
WWE being on Netflix will actually help AEW's viewership, because they'll be like, oh, here's that wrestling thing. Then they go, oh, here's some wrestling that's on.
There's some other wrestling, yeah. And when
Yeah.
we get World of Sport back, yes, all the
Yeah.
wrestling.
Oh yeah, there was
No-
some tapings of that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, whether that's happening, it's going out. I don't know, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's that. But ladies and gentlemen,
Found a shark fact.
it's back, baby.
Happy
They were
New
too
Year.
excited. I was scrolling Reddit and it just came up. I was like, yeah, that'll do. So, the White Shark Cafe is a remote mid-Pacific Ocean area noted as a winter and spring habitat of otherwise coastal great white sharks. So generally, sharks hang out coastal areas, it's saying, and they just, for some reason, swim out to this area. Some of them
Okay.
travel quite a long way, and they stay there for quite a long time. So the area halfway between Baja, California and Hawaii received an unofficial name in 2002 from research at Stanford University's Hopkins Marine Station. They were studying great white sharks using satellite tracking tags and identified a zone with a radius of approximately 250 kilometers. It's got like bearings. We don't need that.
Unless we're gonna go.
Yeah. They published that in Nature, which is a big journal, quite a big deal. Showed 3 or 4 tag sharks traveling to the cafe during a 6-month period and were tagged off the central coast of California. It hadn't been previously suspected as shark habitat, even though they were discovering that members of the species were frequently traveling to and loitering in the area. They believe there's very little food for them there, but research in early 2018 showed that there was a rich and diverse food chain that can't be detected by satellites because it's too deep. So they're doing like big dives there as well to get to this food. Sharks come from like diverse rookeries along the North American coast, typically travel 100 days to arrive, and make periodic dives deep as 3,000 feet on the way, and at the cafe we dive up depths of 1,500 feet, and often
Jesus.
there's once every 10 minutes. So there's a consistent migration to this area. Tracking data indicates white sharks will be feeding grounds near the coast in winter, travel to the cafe. Some may even summer near Hawaii, but mainly linger there in the cafe, often for months before returning to the coast in the fall, which coincides with elephant seal breeding season, which is one of their preys. So yeah, they're hanging around this particular area for.
I like the fact you said loitering, like just a load of sharks leaning against the wall, smoking and like flicking the V's.
Yeah,
at
the article
benches.
said that, and I kind of just kept it in because I like the mental image it conjured up.
Yeah, it's good. That's right. I don't know what and I'm sure you don't either. But what the actual like maximum depth a shark can go to.
Absolutely no idea.
No. Only because I've only been playing Subnautica, and like 300 meters down is dark.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah, and the pressure you got to deal with as you get down.
that.
Is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. That's fun though, isn't it? That's a nice
Yeah.
bit of shark
Weird.
stuff.
I like
Yeah.
it.
It's good. Sharks, the mystery that we'll never know.
Show reviews then.
Uh,
When was it Windy City Riot? Did that happen recently? Or was that over a week ago?
Oh, New Japan
Uh,
one.
New Japan
New
one.
Japan.
I think
It was over a week ago, and I only saw
yeah.
bits of it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately.
Did watch Mystery Wrestling. Very good. You sign up to the Patreon again, but it is live on Twitch when they do it live. They had their first tournament for all the marbles where you won a bag of marbles because it's Mystery Wrestling and, they do it a little bit differently there. Some really great matches. Stu Grayson against Michael Oku. Absolute banger. Absolute classic great match. Like, I bit so many times on stuff.
Yeah.
But they did a great
Oh.
job of Michael Oku working Stu's knee, and then Stu sold the knee for the rest of the night. And
It's just like a genuinely good match. I'm really gutted I forgot about it.
it was really, really good. They might put it up on their YouTube because they put certain matches up and stuff
I
every
should
so
probably
often.
just give him money on Patreon, to be fair.
Well, all that.
I probably should.
Have a word with me later on, wink. But yeah, and then they had the usual people on there. We had Cecil Nix against Cruel. I haven't seen Cruel before, but apparently he's a big deathmatch wrestler guy. He's a giant, just under 7 foot mountain of a man. Cecil
Nice.
Nix is a little tiny fat man. And he just absolutely demolished him. London Lightning ended up throwing the towel in for him. So London Lightning and Cecil Nix are now friends? Question mark? I don't know. Yeah, it was a weird mystery wrestling show because there was very little antics, which is what you've come to expect from a mystery wrestling show. You get good matches, and then you get silly matches, and that's the perfect sweet spot for me. But London Lightning against Psycho Mike. Turns out Psycho Mike isn't a piece of shit. He's actually a good boy.
Oh, okay.
Because London Lightning contacted his mum and got a list, like Jericho's list, of all the nice things that Psycho Mike has ever done. So that was fun. But yeah, at the end, there was a weird moment when Scotty Too Hotty, it's fine, was just about to do the worm.
Yep.
Did the who, and the referee stopped it, and I still don't understand why he stopped the match, but he disqualified Scotty Too Hotty. I still don't understand why that happened, but the refs in mystery wrestling are pieces of shit, so everyone hates them. So yeah, but Psycho Mike ended up winning. Psycho Mike against Cruel was a great match. We got body slams of Cruel, which must have been hard for Psycho Mike. I think he power slammed London Lightning 10 times in a row.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, body slammed him. But Psycho Mike won it. He won all the marbles, and then they revealed and they actually had a belt, and it's quite a nice belt as well.
Okay.
So it was a fun show. Nyla Rose and Uno on commentary is always a delight as well.
It was Nyla Rose and Uno.
Yeah, she was back. I think she's the first one that's ever returned.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
But
I love Nyla
She's
Rose.
incredibly funny.
So funny.
Yeah.
I never understand why we don't get funny Nyla Rose more on AEW.
She literally had a shirt on that said Serpentico sucks. Yeah. So the hatred runs deep.
Oh yeah, yes, it does.
And I also watched the GCW People vs GCW show afterwards. Overly long due to complications in it. Also a little bit overbooked. Not as much deathmatch wrestling in it as I would have liked, with it being GCW and the Hammerstein. The scramble at the start was tremendous. I saw one of the worst moves I've ever seen of someone doing a Canadian destroyer from a doomsday device position.
Nope, don't like that.
He landed on his head. It was awful. But yeah, it was a good show. If you're watching it on playback, you can skip through because there's stuff in there that and at the next show we've got Joey Janela against Sabu, which apparently is a match that nobody wants, particularly me. Because Sabu in his prime, yes. Sabu now, no. And it's a Joey Janela match, so it's going to be 20 minutes minimum.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, but it was a good show. Again, it was just held up by the unfortunate thing of Ali Katz breaking her leg, and
I made a mistake of watching that clip. I wish I hadn't.
I did warn you.
I know you did. I even said I'm not watching that, and then a minute later I wrote I'd watched that. I don't. Why did I? Why? What is wrong with my brain?
I think it started at midnight with a pre-show, and I went to bed at 5 because I'd had enough. I was just this is. I've done 7 hours of wrestling in one sitting, and I'd run out of drink. But yeah,
a lot of wrestling.
That is a lot of wrestling. But yeah, and then the regular normal stuff now.
When's the next show?
March the something. I want to say 8. They did announce it at the end.
Yeah,
Either the Sunday, the 2nd or the 9th, or the 16th. Could be
One
the
of the dates of
23rd.
March.
I think it's early March, to be honest. But yeah, the mystery wrestling particularly. If you like good wrestling and then a bit of silly in there, then it's perfect and it's free on Twitch. Like, and it's good fun. Psycho Mike's a genius.
Yes, he is.
I've not seen it, so hit me up with AEW. I know the headlines, but I went down.
We had Maximum Carnage, didn't we?
Yeah.
So many bing bongs.
Kicked off with Omega and Brian Cage, didn't it?
Yes.
Which was nice. It was Omega's first match back in AEW because we're not acknowledging Japan for some reason.
No, we're not acknowledging that.
Even though it was great.
And I was kind of like, oh, I thought that Kenny might take it. No, Kenny was doing silly shit.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Yeah, some of them like V-trigger knee strike stuff was a bit gross to watch.
The way he does them
is great.
It's like, yeah.
But yeah, one winged angel Cage, which again is impressive.
Yep.
For a man that had abdominal surgery not so long back.
They keep doing spots where like people attack his abdomen. And I don't.
Well, that's what happened
afterwards.
Stop. Kyle Fletcher and Murder Bird came down and like started punching him in the tummy.
And Ospreay came down.
Ospreay comes a little bit late to the rescue, but yeah. And if we're gonna get Ospreay and Omega teaming up for a bit,
yeah, he's gonna have a chat with him next week apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, and didn't Takeshita
came down? Yeah, it was good. It's giving Omega things to do. It's giving him options. It's keeping Ospreay in there. If you're going to put two people together, you may as well take two of the hottest people you've got, I guess.
Yep.
Ricochet did some shit. I can't remember. Something about...
I think he got annoyed because the crowd were booing and chanting Swerve's house. And then Nana and Swerve turn up and...
He ran away. Great.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Basically.
We
had a Syndicate and Private Party
and Briscoe.
I mean, it wasn't a great match, but they I can't remember who pinned who, but they pinned one of Private Party to get the win. So
yes,
it's going to be a tag team championship match soon in the future, I imagine. And
also, MVP did stuff.
Oh yeah, MVP was actually wrestling as well.
Yeah, like he didn't hold back or anything. Like they didn't just keep him in the corner and tag him in for easy stuff. Like he was, I'm doing stuff. Yeah.
We had MJF and Jeff Jarrett and this was.
I've seen this.
This went on for about.
It went on for ages, and they were
seeing this. It's part of the reason why I had parents' evening on Thursday, so it was like 8:30 when I got home. This was part of the reason why I didn't rush to put it on.
Yeah, some of the stuff was
painful. It was so long and so kind of
low-hanging fruit.
Fruit, after Karen Jarrett and all that kind of, and MJF's girlfriend as well, didn't they?
Yeah. I don't know why he's dragging her into it, but we're better than this.
This kind of shit flew like 20 years ago, and
thing is, MJF can cut really good promos on people. Jeff Jarrett it just felt like a race to the bottom, and it went on for fucking hours. Like,
what's the payoff?
I don't know.
MJF against Jeff Jarrett at the next pay-per-view for a reason.
Yeah, but what's the payoff to that? Jarrett's beating him?
I hope not.
I don't know.
Don't know
I don't know.
I'm not sure
it
where
just
they're
feels
going
like Jeff Jarrett wanted to run at the championship, and they've kind of gone, well, no.
Can I interest you in the Ring of Honor Trios Championship?
We've got an unused Trios Championship here that's doing now. Christian Cage against Hook was pretty fun. There was some grotty stuff in there. The stairs bit I didn't like. He pushed. I think
I deleted that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty. But we got Joe back. Samoa Joe's back.
Yeah.
This is good.
Samoa and Joseph.
Samosif Joseph. Shibata and Hook are like teaming up, which I'm all for because that's a combination of skills.
Oh yes.
We had the women's gauntlet, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a lot of fun. And we had Mariah May on commentary as well, which was tremendous. Statlander and Jamie Hayter started it off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got Megan Bain's debut.
Megan Bain came out and everyone went mental. And I'm like, I don't get it. I've seen Megan Bain wrestle in GCW. She's not that good. Or I don't get it. I don't know.
No, fair enough.
She looks tremendous. The whole intro and the hat and everything, great. But like, I don't know. It just doesn't click for me.
Just doesn't work for you, yeah.
Yep. Julia Hart came out.
Julia Hart singing her own
Did
theme
it-
song.
Yeah, just singing her own theme song. Did a crime on Jamie Hayter, which I'm angry about. Suplexed her on the ramp, which
Oh yeah,
yeah. Willow Nightingale, and then Tony Storm.
promising rookie Tony Storm, who I've not seen much of. She's doing really well.
I mean,
Yeah.
last time I remember it was in NXT.
God, that
briefly.
was ages ago. Yeah.
Yeah. When they
Yeah.
teamed her up with was it Io Sky when they went for sushi or whatever? Like, because Japanese people.
I wasn't watching NXT at this point.
Yeah. Oh mate, it was weak as fuck. Yeah. But no, it's good that she's back and doing well. But we're gonna get Tony against Mariah in Australia, aren't we?
Yep.
Which gives me the fear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure Tony's up for it yet. She's quite green, so.
And then the main event was Moxley against Hobbs, which, like, Hobbs was never gonna win.
No.
But he put a show in, like, and it was a fun match. Hobbs like biting off
Moxley's
earring out. I didn't read.
No, I didn't. I'd kind of forgotten that had happened. Not in a
not
in a forgetting way, but
just
in
going through my notes.
Gonna delete that from my brain.
I've got Hobbs has been training with Mike Tyson? ? Yeah. But yeah, and then at the end, Death Riders come running in, beat the fuck out of Hobbs, and then rated FTR. So Cope and FTR came down to make the save. So I don't know what's going on there with that, to be honest.
So I heard Brian Alvarez talking that Hobbs was his leg attacked by Claudio.
Yeah, he had a while back, yeah.
Yeah, so apparently, his leg was attacked, and then Hobbs on one leg kind of got back in the ring and cleared the ring and fought back and had like kind of bit of heroic comeback. And that was meant to be the end of Dynamite, but they'd overrun and it had gone off air by the time that he got down to it.
Right.
Oh,
So I don't know if the ending seemed weird, but that's why, because they just ran out of time.
And then Collision, as we said before, we had the Texas Death Match between Adam Page and Christopher Daniels.
I want to watch that. Is that good?
It's
good.
watching.
If you it's Hangman Page back to his malicious ways.
The barbed wire comes out like 2 minutes in, maybe 5 minutes.
He's whipping him with it. He's lariating him with it. Like
There's barbed wire tables.
Yeah.
I mean, because Daniels gets a bit of offense in the second half. He hits two of the best moonsaults ever. He can still do that really well. He still hits them beautifully. But he hits a buckshot now. He hits the back of his head, I think, and it just looks horrible.
That's Christopher Daniels hits him with angel wings.
Yeah,
and he tries to hit him with a dead eye as well.
Yeah,
and but then
after the match, he comes back and Hangman comes back and hits him with the angel wings, which in my head is like, in video games where you beat the boss and take their ability.
I mean, yeah, I'm all for that. But yeah, it was after he twatted him with a chair loads, and then he's down, and then he just buckshot lariats him to the back of the head, and Daniels can't make the 10 count, and then he goes to leave, and then he comes back in and just fucking annihilates him. It was Nigel. Adam Page is the angel of death. Because he's not one for subtlety.
No, he's not. Subtlety's for cowards.
Undisputed Kingdom against Shane Taylor. It was fine. I don't remember it.
It was fine. Shane Taylor came out at the end and cleared the ring, right? And
yeah.
And then a bunch of people had to. Oh, Garcia came out for reasons I'm unclear of. And
again, there's a lot of people just running in for stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Because then after that, you had Murder Bird and Brian Cage against Top Flight.
Yeah, just murdered them.
Gets involved.
Yeah, there's a lot of run-ins. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. The main takeaway from it is the Acclaimed are no more. Because Max Caster made Anthony Bowens choose between him and Daddy Ass, and he didn't even think about it. He went, well, obviously Daddy Ass. And yeah, so I'm hopefully that's done, and we get a singles Bowens run or a bit of a tag run with him and Bailey for a bit, and then but thankfully that's done now because I think Caster was holding him back.
Yeah.
It was fun while it lasted, but
it was fun. It's probably run its course now.
Yes. We've got the Outrunners now.
Yep.
Is that the shirt in the crate?
Yes, it's a beaut. I'll show you afterwards. It's great. It's we've got Brian Danielson one, which is nice, and an Outrunners one. Okada against Ishii.
Yeah, good.
It was fine. But again,
exactly
at no point did I ever think that Okada was going to lose.
No.
Dustin Rhodes again killed a boy.
Yeah. Just Adam Priest, I think.
Unhand me, Priest. Yeah.
Harley Cameron and Julia Hart as well.
Was fun, but 4 minutes long.
Fun and why, and 4 minutes long, and Give Holly Cameron a proper story. I want to see her just being insane.
Do stuff.
in
Yeah.
general.
I mean, I'm happy
Yeah.
with her just doing bits, but yeah. And then we had more of this weird learning tree because they again went for Hobbs's knee backstage.
I have no memory of this match.
No, and then there's the 12-man tag, which
It was
it
fine.
was a 12-man tag. It was just fucking stuff going on everywhere. Like
Yeah.
the tag klaxon goes off, but
I still
yeah.
don't know why we got this.
No, I don't know. I don't
And
understand. Like we said last week, the fact that like Jericho is with the Death Riders and it just doesn't make sense. I know time's passed and stuff, but
No, but that was part of the appeal of AEW for a long time. Is that it remembered stuff. It remembered stuff from other promotions. Never mind its own.
Yeah.
Like, and now you feel like a bit like, why is this happening?
Now they're not acknowledging Kenny 2 weeks ago in Japan.
Yeah, exactly.
well, yeah. It was fine. It was just a multi-man tag. There was nothing special about it, and it just ended with shenanigans. And I was like, all right, sweet.
It was weird. It was a main event, to be honest.
I got to see the Outrunners.
Yeah, that's always nice.
True.
Yeah, that's all I really care about.
Paige
at the
and
moment.
Paige and Daniels were in a better main event,
Yeah,
especially with it being his
Especially if
retirement
this is
match.
last match. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah.
Did that open then? Sorry. Was that
Yeah,
the
opened
open?
it,
that
yeah.
opened it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again,
I'll watch it after we finish recording.
There's,
So I'll watch it.
there's some other good stuff in there, but a lot of it is skip through. Like, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was AEW. Like, it's fine. There's good matches in there. There's some stuff that I care about in there now. The fact that we've got Evil Hangman back, like
Yeah.
the fact that Kenny's back as well,
Oh yeah,
and Joe. Like,
love Joe.
as soon as Eddie comes back, that's like the 4
Yeah,
in
it's a
it.
biggie.
Oh yes,
And that's, I mean, when Eddie comes back, I'm going to be such a happy boy. But yeah,
give me a whole
Yeah,
podcast about
that's on
Eddie
the,
being back.
just me singing his entrance music. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Britt Baker report this week?
I've heard people saying it's not true either. I don't know. Or not that it's not true, but it's not necessarily the reason she's off TV. It's not. It doesn't sound great.
No,
I mean, she's a.
I think the ship sailed on her a while back because there was
Yeah.
a moment when she was really, really great and was over as fuck, and then I don't know what happened.
When was the last time she was on TV? I can't even.
And she said that Serena Deeb came out and she said nobody cares.
Yeah, which is a big reason why she's probably not on TV.
That was the last time.
Because that's not a good promo.
I mean, it wasn't a great promo anyway, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, she
just
was
think-
right.
I mean, I know, but she's trying to garner sympathy. But yeah, yeah.
I'm still waiting for people to apologise to Thunder Rosa.
Well, I agree with that. I don't know
That whole thing
why
was nuts to me.
everyone decided that Thunder Rosa was the instigator in that for some
Well, I
reason.
think we know why, don't we? But yes, but it's okay in America now that you're allowed to do that. Actively encouraged, probably. You know,
Yeah. Oh,
keep it
God.
light. Anyway,
Everything's fucked. On that note,
Struggling there. Sorry, let's keep drinking water. SmackDown, but like I said, it's finding its groove with the 3 hours. There's more stories. The tags and the women, but kind of they're just starting them, so there's nothing really that's like massively hooking me that I'd spend time on. Main takeaways: we appear to be starting the Jacob Fatu push. We are here for
Good.
this. This is
Yes.
what we need. Solo came out. We've not seen him since lost to the Tribal Combat to Roman Reigns, and he basically got the mic. He got booed massively, and he just dropped the mic and walk off. But Fatu proceeded to pick up the mic and just absolutely tear down the crowd, big himself up, and then just in a very menacing way was like, "I've not even started yet." And I was like, okay, let's give him some mic time. Braun Strowman then came down to face him because they've had a bit of back and forth on SmackDown, and that Saturday night main event is the second one. That's this week, and that match
okay.
has been set. We have the Jacob Fatu is going to murder Braun Strowman on the Saturday night main event.
sweet. I'm up for that.
I am absolutely here for it. And I think he said something like, "You should fear for your lives" to the crowd. And I was like, I do, Jacob. When you talk, I
You
am.
are a scary, scary man.
I fully do. The only other two things of note: Tiffany Stratton defended against Bayley in the main event. They legit got about 21 minutes. This is the benefit of the 3 hours. They are giving more time to the actual wrestling matches, so
Okay.
it might be the same number of matches, but they're actually getting good time to breathe. Really good match. I was worried there was going to be run-ins and all that. It was clean. Tiffany beat her clean as a whistle. It was back and forth, counters, and Tiffany looked like a star, and she's pinned a horsewoman. So
Yeah.
oh wow, yeah.
I do not think it was an accident that right before the match there was a promo package for Charlotte.
Yeah, called it.
Yeah, in which Wade Barrett was like, "Go and see her Instagram video of me versus me." And I was like, "Okay," because I think Sarah put it in the Discord. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I see why they didn't air that on the show, because it's basically a bunch of voiceovers as she's like strapping a knee together and running, going, "You're Ric Flair's daughter, you've been handed everything," all the basically stuff that everybody says, and then she just turns to the camera as she's running and she's like, "Get out of your fucking head, Ashley," because her real name's Ashley.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, right, let's give her some character."
But we're going to do something with her. Great.
Well, I'm intrigued to see how she's used in the new management.
Again, as we said, like, give her something. Don't just have it's Ric Flair's daughter. Like, have her be something
It's
other
Ric
than
Flair's daughter, and she's been
other than the
champion 8
shadow.
million times.
Yeah, give her a struggle. Like, give her something to fight against.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that video was part of it, like acknowledging all the things that have been said. Like, she came back and did that. I would not be surprised if it's Tiffany Charlotte at Mania, and I think Tiffany should beat her.
Yeah,
that would be huge, and a good way for Charlotte to also kick the naysayers down in a weird way to lose a match.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like reverse. And then the only other thing, and it's not the last time I mention this man, Rey Mysterio came out to declare for the Rumble. Got interrupted by Kevin Owens, and Kevin was like, "There's very few people in this industry that I respect. You are one," which is true. He's quite often seen wearing Rey Mysterio shirts, etc. And he's carrying his Winged Angel Championship because he's calling himself the champion. And Rey was like, "You ain't the champion." And KO he flips. He was like, "You're reminding me of Dom right now," and he's a dick. And they end up getting in a fight. But while he comes out, when he said, "There's not many people I respect," he said, "My then best friend at WrestleMania I've won the tag titles with," and he used the term "then best friend," which I'll come back to shortly. And Rey and KO had a match later on, and that was every bit as good as you would imagine it would be. KO beat him and was attempting to package power drive him at the end, and I think Cody came out at that point. They're having a Amendum contract signing on Saturday night main event, which is being hosted by HBK. During the show, Nick Aldis had made an amendment to the contract, and he'd gone to Cody like, "I need you to sign this for the match to go ahead at the Royal Rumble." And Cody's like, "I'm not signing it till KO signed it." And KO then, when he found out that, he was like, "Well, I'm not signing it till Cody has." So they're having this thing.
Oh, petty bastards!
Petty bastards. That was SmackDown. And then Raw. While I'm on that, Sami came out following Seth's intervention last week when Seth was like, "Well, what are you going to do to help yourself? You help everyone else." And he acknowledged that, and he said he's actually thought on what Seth had said. And he was like, "Yeah," he said, "I'm entering the Rumble." And then he basically went, there's millions of people out there who have a dream to be a wrestler. There's thousands of handful who make it. There's a smaller number who get to be a WWE superstar. He said, and then when you're there's a handful who are the top echelon of wrestlers who are the main event within WWE. And he went, "I am one of them." He said the rest of them have entered the Rumble: Seth, Punk, Roman, Drew. And he went, "The one difference between them and me, though, is that I've never held a world championship like they have." And he said, "I don't need it. I've said it before. I'm happy with my career and everything I've done and everything I've achieved." He said, "But, I want it. And I'm going in there and I'm going to take it." And it's one of them typical, "I'm going to run through a brick wall for you, Sami," as you speak.
Sure.
Then, as he's speaking, KO's music hits. I was driving home, and it's one of them, when music hits and you react because, I like this music, but you've not quite registered whose music it is. And then there's a bit of, oh, shit.
Probably shouldn't be talking about reacting to music while driving. Just putting it out there.
We listened to music in the car. KO's music came on in my car.
Miller.
So that music hit. I was like, "Oh shit, he's gonna murder Sami here." Mm-hmm. But it was a nice twist on what happened. Again, consistent motivations. And Sami straight away went, "How do you want to do this?" Okay, I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" He went, "I've seen what you've done to Cody because he teamed with Roman. I knew this was going to come because I've helped Roman." He went, "So like, how do you want to do it?" And KO was like, he said, "You're right." He said, "I was pissed at you for teaming with him." He said, "But what you did is nowhere near what Cody Rhodes did." He said, "Because," he said, "you actually had a history with Roman." He said, you were with the bloodline for so long. They helped you and your career. he said, and yeah, you left them and you beat up the family and you've gone back to them. He said, but I have done horrible things to you throughout your career and you took me back. And he said, that's just who you are, Sami. You forgive people and you want to see the best in people. He's like, Cody has no history with Roman other than negative. And he just jumped over and I was like,
Makes
right.
sense. Yeah.
He's right.
Logical. What?
I know.
Crazy.
And Sami's a little bit stunned by it all. And
Yeah, you would be.
so I was like, where's it going? But there was that kind of undertone of this isn't okay at the same time. So then
he's been far too calm about
yeah.
it.
And KO was like,
What's
yeah.
coming?
He was like, I've just come out here. He said, because I want to tell you, you should win the Rumble. He said, you deserve to win the Rumble. He said, I've said for 25 years that you're the best and you deserve it. And you deserve to go and fight for a world title. And he went, and when you win it, we can make history. We can do what we've always wanted to do in 25 years, and we can main event WrestleMania against each other. He said, because I'm going to beat Cody at the Royal Rumble, and you're going to win the Rumble, and then we'll go and we'll run it all back. And I was like, okay. And then he spun it, and then he went, I know you're going to win it because I will have your back in the Rumble, just as I know in the match with Cody if I need it. Ladder match, remember? You'll have my back.
Oh.
And then he just walked out and Sami was just stood there. And I was like, that's fucking brilliant. Like, there's layers to that. He's manipulated and gaslighted him just like Roman did. My takeaway was, Cody, I love you, man. You've done a great run, but you need to drop that belt to KO because I want KO and Sami.
Yeah,
boy. Main event, that would swerve everyone.
Yep. On board for that, 100%.
That sounds really good.
Cena Cody don't need a belt. I don't think Cena needs to come back and win it. I'd rather Cena win the belt as like his last match and then just a bit like a bit like when Sting went out and he laid the belt was then gone down. But it was superb because it's because we just all thought okay, I was going to come out and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
but when he actually explained that, I went, yeah, you're right.
It's all logic. Yeah, makes sense. The fun thing would be is if during the Cody Owens match, El Generico comes out to help. Of course,
isn't he dead?
I thought he retired and he's looking after orphans in Mexico.
Oh,
he may have died. Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
I heard rumors.
Yeah,
no, it wouldn't be good. But yeah, it's an interesting take. And then Sami saw Seth later on and he thanked Seth. He was like, you kind of lit a fire and made me think about that. Seth was like, yeah, and that's fine. He said, I nearly want you to do it. He said, but when it comes down to it, I'm still going to throw you over the top rope, Sami. And Sami's like, yeah, I'll do the same. And then as the camera pans around, Karrion Kross is in the background. Or Karrion, his whole character really has been he's been very manipulative of people and calling out people and stuff. And it's been very subtle. He did it with Kofi and Xavier.
Yeah,
and look at where they are. He's done it with The Miz and Wyatt's, AJ Styles. He's done it with loads. And his current targets has been Sami and Seth and CM Punk. He called them out earlier on in the show. So he was just kind of sat in the back watching them argue and meddle. And he was just happy smile on his face.
Okay.
He did an interview this week where he said all them 3R ones he'd want to work with. And he said he has specific things in his head about working with Punk and certain things that he thinks would be a really good story that's in his head.
Okay.
But yeah, he's a bit of a different character, and it's nice to see, and he's going under the radar. So I hope he has a good 2025 because top guy. So yeah, that was cool. Put some layers on that. Penta had a match against Butch. Not Butch. He was pissed off about people calling Butch. Pete Dunne.
Oh yeah.
No rhyme, no reason for the match, but it was tremendous. When Penta came out and the pyro happened, I was like, why is it so far back? Because he's got like a wall of fire.
Yeah.
Which I'd seen. There's a video of Triple H kind of setting up the whole end. I don't know if you've seen it. He's directing it all. And I was like, why is it so far back? And then a fucking Catherine wheel starts spinning with pyro. It's brilliant. I was like, what's going on?
Watching that later.
I was like, okay, that's why he stood far back. Absolutely on board. It's Pete Dunne and Penta. I don't really need to tell you how good that is as a match.
That's going to bang, isn't it?
Yeah.
In which Michael Cole says this is not the first time they have fought each other, because in 2017 they fought each other at Rev Pro. And I was like, oh dear God.
What?
Wow.
What is going on here?
Oh, okay. We're acknowledging all the universes then, are we?
All the universes, yeah. Obviously Penta wins. He's still over as. It's obviously only 2 weeks, but it's good. Ludwig Kaiser also in one of them interviews called him out as well. So I think we might be getting Ludwig and Penta
Yeah,
down the line as
I just
well.
want Penta to start breaking arms. That's all I want.
Yeah, because they do these. It's hard to realize what's advert and what isn't. That's what I'm still getting used to on Netflix. So they're doing these really cool interviews in the crowd. So like Jackie Redmond's got like a little stage in the crowd, so you can see the ring and the crowd behind them. And I think a lot of them interviews are while it's an advert in America.
Yeah,
probably.
So Ludwig's, when he called him out, was one of them. But it just looks really cool. Punk had a promo, and I believe that was during one of the ads, and it really shouldn't have been because it was one of them. It was 2 minutes, and it just sold the hell out of the Rumble. He just came out with fire in his belly, and he was just like, yeah, I'm going to go and win it. He went, Roman. Say Roman's in it, and he's like, yeah. He said Roman needed me to come in and help him solve family business. Well, there ain't no family in the Rumble. He went, who else? He went, John Cena. He said, can't see him winning the Rumble. Sami, he was like, not on my level. And then he went, tell you what, he said, put Hulk Hogan in the ring and I'll dump his dusty ass over the ring and kill Hulkamania. Crowd went nuts for that. Jackie Redmond's face is like, I think I should be saying that.
We are sponsored by his piss water beer.
Yeah, I think he knew his audience because he came out last week mocking Hulk's thing, and I was like, I'm here for the all hate on Hulk Hogan tour.
Absolutely,
to be on.
Yeah,
it was funny, but no, yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna win it. The main event, the main thing, the main event then is Seth versus Drew. Following the promos from last week, they got about 21 minutes. Again, it's Raw was about 2.5 hours again, which is good. They got about 21 minutes, clean match. It was built as the WrestleMania rematch. Seth at the very start shouted, I've got 2 good knees now, because obviously he was fighting on one knee and he'd done the main event of night 1 last time, and it was just that finisher spot fest, wasn't it? This is far from that. Seth's chest is red as hell. He took some chops and beatings, tremendous counters. You know, the bit when Seth runs up the ropes, does a suplex into the Falcon Arrow.
Yeah,
he does a suplex, which is then countered into a Michinoku driver by Drew McIntyre. Which I'm like, I kind of like that because Seth lost to Punk because that got counted into a GTS. So kind of like the idea that he might have to start questioning that move because it keeps getting counted.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was stiff as fuck. They beat the hell out of each other. Drew lost through a jackknife pin. He had absolutely destroyed Seth. Seth was on his knees, and they were shouting at each other. They had a little end of match dialogue, which is a bit strange. But Drew was effectively saying, "We should not be fighting. We are on the same team, the Roman team." And he went, "You are selfish. You've got your own agendas." But that's also hypocritical because when WrestleMania was on, he was having a go at Seth for wanting to stop Roman and not focusing on the title and him, where he was like, I am not getting involved in any of that. I want the title. And now he's getting annoyed at Seth that he's letting Roman get his getting his Ulafala back while he focused on fighting Punk in the main event. So it's one of them shades of grey. They're both right.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just got a little bit slow and complacent. He was just basically doing clotheslines from Hells on Seth repeatedly. He did not hit a Claymore. I like this. There was no kick out of the Claymore. There was no stomp. There was no pedigree. They just kept reversing everything that each other did. And the finish was while he went for another clothesline from Hell, Seth rode over it, flipped over his head, and jackknife pinned him. It was very smooth and very well done.
Nice.
And it was one of them kind of pins where it's like, yeah, you can see that happening because it was a shock because Seth was on his feet. He then starts to basically kill Seth afterwards. He lines his head up on the outside against the ring post. He's going to Claymore his head into the ring post. Sami comes down to make the save. He beats away Sami, and then he's holding Seth up in the corner of the ring again, shouting that, "You selfish bastards, we should be fighting together." And as he's doing that, Sami comes in and Helluva kicks, but Drew moves out of the way, so he hits Seth instead, and that's how it goes off there.
Oh, the classic last second maneuver.
Classic last second. So yeah, really strong Raw again. As I said, wipe episode 1 from your mind. It's good, and it's a good show. That the Sami and KO stuff is definitely worth a watch just because of the layers involved in it. And yeah, I want it. Beat Cody, please. I don't think they'll do it, but there's a lot of clamour on the internet now going, just do it. Because
come on, give it the 2 indie kids. Yeah,
you can put Cody and Cena on a poster for your main event, and it doesn't matter if there's a title on that. That's big in itself.
Yeah.
But Sami and KO with a title would be, because they had a one-on-one once, but I think it was Do you know the first Mania after COVID when it was like a half-empty stadium? I
Yeah,
think they
yeah.
can match them. So,
Possibly.
and then they've obviously main
remember.
evented as the tag titles. So yeah, we've got Saturday Night main event. We've got Jey Uso against Gunther for the world title. They had a bit of a face-to-face. The one line that I like from Jey on it, because Gunther's just kind of going, "You're nothing. Like, why should I pay attention to you?" He was like, "You're a mascot, basically." And then Jey was like, "Only one of us is main evented WrestleMania, and it's not you." And it's true. I was like, "That's a good bar." So yeah, we've got that this week.
Can't dispute that, can you? Really?
Can't dispute that. So yeah, really good Raw. Go watch. And that's it.
Just a little thing. Lovely Rob went to a new wrestling promotion.
Oh, a new one.
Good.
Behind closed doors down in Weymouth. So it wasn't on the same level as the other one. He's kind of gone to like it was like a community hall one. But he said it was still a great night, and they won something on the raffle. They won like a wrestling party or something.
Cool.
Wrestling.
I think you go to the training thing and they do matches for you. Like it sounded a laugh, and he won the raffle, which is always the best bit, isn't it? But yeah,
it sounds like an actual like cool prize to win at the raffle. Normally it's like a t-shirt, which is fine.
A t-shirt's cool, but
yeah, I'm not saying it's not, but that's
I think the top prize was like a month's worth of wrestling training or something like that.
Wow.
Like so,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It looked like it was a pretty good show. I didn't recognize anyone on it.
It'd kill me, but like.
We've got PW next week.
What?
No PW. We've got OPW next Saturday.
OPW next Saturday. And Rumble Predictos.
Yeah,
Start as I mean to continue by coming last.
All the bonus points. Yeah, John just pipped it by 1 point.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I win twice in a row?
You've won it twice in a row.
Shut up.
Pipped it by 1 point. Joe came last.
Shut up.
Despite the fact that for the last 4 pay-per-views, Paul's not done any predictions.
That is unfortunate.
I don't think it's added up correctly. I think I'm paying VAT or something on it. I don't know. And in other fun breaking news, Saraya and Ronnie Radke have broken up. So that's fun as well. Terrible things happening to terrible people. One's way worse than the other, but yeah, you can work out which one's. Yeah, that's that.
Yes. Yep. Thank you everyone for listening. We'll see you next week for Rumble season and best weekend of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. OPW
Goodbye.
Rumble, then Royal Wrestling, then WWE Rumble, and then the Saturday
the week after
OTP Rumble. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Rumble season.
Rumble season.
I'm gonna get some Rumble packs. You know, from
N64.
N64. Strap them to my knees. That'll be fun. You know. Anyway. I don't know. I've had some full sugar Coca-Cola. It's not good.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah. All right.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. But I guess one of them I can't get leathered because I've got to be party dad.